Good morning. Good morning. And as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. All right. So, good morning. Good morning. And as I said, go ahead and say hello and let me know that you're here. Whoops. As I get everything going here. All right. And now let me pull this up on my phone. All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me have a sip of my coffee, and I will say this morning, when I woke up, I was writing in my journal. Of course, I went to the bathroom and I came back and sat down in the bed and was writing in my journal, and there was just a thought that came to me at the end of my journaling, and then that was what prompted today's affirmation and journal prompt. So it's all about permission, right? And the thing is a lot of times we don't give ourselves permission to do so many things that we really want to do. And so we're going to talk about permissions. So as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here as I'm looking to see. All right. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's affirmation. Let me see. Give me a second. It takes a moment. All right. Today's affirmation. Da, 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 da. I give myself full permission to succeed and prosper because I deserve it. Success feels amazing and I'm ready to embrace it fully. Now, I was listening to a YouTube thing this morning. Maybe it was a podcast. I don't know. Anyway, they were talking a lot about Neville Goddard. And if you're not familiar with Neville Goddard, he's got some amazing books that he wrote. And one of the things that they were talking about, and I wanted to just share that with you today because it came after I wrote this affirmation, right? Because this is the affirmation that I put in my journal this morning. And it's a great reminder, right? That we don't always give ourselves permission to do the next thing. We get stuck where we are, or we don't believe that it's possible. And so we purposefully, subconsciously hold ourselves back from things. And so I am saying today, I declare, and I hope you do too, that I give myself full permission to succeed and prosper because I deserve it. Right? Success feels amazing and I'm ready to embrace it fully. Well, this thing that was in the audio that I listened to this morning that was a little bit about Neville Goddard was I didn't even realize, as many times as I've read his stuff, I didn't remember, or maybe I didn't even notice. Because, when we read books, a lot of times what is not within our little scope of beliefs, we don't even see the things. We don't even recognize. We kind of scan those words. And so what he did was he said that Neville Goddard had this 24-hour millionaire challenge. And so I want to invite you to play with this today. So it kind of goes along with this. So what you do is for 24 hours, you pretend that you're a millionaire. Now, that doesn't mean that you're spending money willy-nilly. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is that you start looking at money as already being there. You look more at the words that you speak. If you're a millionaire, you wouldn't say, well, I really can't afford to do that right now. It would be that that's not my financial priority. I'll revisit that later, right? So it's changing our dialogue with ourselves and our dialogue with other people, because words are ultra powerful, right? And the meaning behind words are ultra, blah, 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 ultra powerful. And so we want to be more mindful of that. But not only that, and we've talked about this a lot, is how you carry yourself. If you are a millionaire and you're walking around, more than likely you're not with your head down, you're not slumped shoulders, especially if that's something you aspire to be. When, as you're getting there, you're going to carry that posture. And it's just like someone who wakes up depressed in the morning, they're going to be walking around as a depressed person, whatever that looks like, right? And usually we can spot them when we're out and about, if we're people watching, right? But the person that has this confidence about them, they know that whatever they want to do, they can do. They've got the money. And then maybe it would be also to take some time to look at, once you get there, what kind of charities are you going to be involved with? Go ahead and research it. Go ahead. For 24 hours, you are this millionaire. And so do the things that a millionaire would do. And so who are you as a millionaire? Go ahead and just play with it just for 24 hours and just see what comes up for you. Because you might be the person that goes, because we've talked about this just a few days ago. I don't even remember. I lose track. But looking at investing, maybe you can't invest a day, but if you play with the 24-hour, you would be able to look at a book, do some research. There's so much that you can find online, right? That you don't even have to go get the book. You can find something about it. So today, for 24 hours, look at what investing would look like to you. Look at what kind of charities would you be donating to. Maybe you would create your own charity. Maybe you would have this nonprofit and you'd be raising money for the nonprofit. What's in your heart that you would love to be able, if you were a millionaire today, that you would love to be able to support? Maybe it's the homeless, maybe, I don't know. But for 24 hours, play with that and just really dive in to what it would feel like as a millionaire, knowing that you could do anything with your money, right? Because, most of the time we're working on, let's make enough money to pay our bills, right? Well, you're a millionaire, you can pay your bills, right? So what do you do with all this excess, right? And like, I follow Myron Golden. I love Myron Golden. So if you have not checked him out, definitely look him up. But he talks all the time about, well, not all the time, he talks a lot about, as a person of wealth, you look at money differently, right? It's not just a means to pay your bills and to be able to go on vacation. It is so much more, right? And one of the things that he talks about is, as a millionaire, as a person with affluence, that he invests his money and he makes sure that he has assets and not liabilities. And sometimes those are a foreign concept for a lot of us that haven't been millionaires before, right? And so it's learning what those are. What is an asset? What is a liability? And what the general population says that is may not be actually true. So do some research. Find out, what are you wanting to do? Is it an asset? Is it a liability? And he talks about how he invests his money in different things, whether it's in assets and investing and all these different things. And then all those things make money for him. And so he says that that's your money is having babies when you're getting all this extra money from the interest and all that, right? And he spends the babies. He doesn't spend the massive money that is producing the babies. And so it's just changing the way we look at it. And one of the things he says that I think is so profound, and I'm not there yet, I'm getting there, is that if he wants something, if he sees something that he wants to buy, let's say it's a new car, and he says, okay, this is how much the car cost. Whew, let me see. He doesn't want to spend the money that he has. So he creates a new offer and he puts that offer out, and that's what buys his car. And so it is his gifts and talents that are producing the money, right? Not the hours of labor. And because when you look at the hours, that the money you get paid by hour, even if you're an entrepreneur, you can break it down, right? How much does that mean I'm making an hour? But when you look at things that way, it's like going to the gas pump can feel like, oh my gosh, this is hours of my time, right? This is, you see what I'm saying? So we want to be looking at things in a different way. We don't get paid by the hour, we get paid for the results. And how long it takes us to get there is totally irrelevant, right? And I had this concept that if somebody was paying you money for a result, it better take some time, because they would feel like they were being jilted if it came quick. But that's not true. That's not true. I mean, if you could sit down and in 1 hour, if you're a smoker, if you could sit down in 1 hour and never smoke again, it would almost be worth more money to you to do it in 1 hour than for it to take 4 weeks. Because, right, your health, the time involved, it's, as a smoker, how much money are you spending on cigarettes and everything? And these days, that's astronomical, right? The thing is that the faster you can get someone results, the more it should have a value to it, right? And so I had to turn around some of the things that I thought. And some of the places that came from was many, 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 many years ago. I actually had a cleaning business where I had a group of people that went to people's homes and cleaned their houses and everything. And it started with me cleaning people's houses. And then I had employees that did it. And I remember having someone, I don't even remember what the fee was, the fee to clean their house. Well, I can work pretty fast, especially if I'm motivated, right? And I was motivated to have my employees and I working together on this house to get it completed. And so we worked together, we got it completed in record time. And this person didn't want to pay how much it cost because we did it so quickly. So I got the idea in my mind that if you do it too fast, people don't want to pay for it. And that stuck with me for years. It took me a long time to realize that that was that person's thing. It didn't mean it's true for everything. And maybe I don't know why she felt that way. I mean, we got out of our hair really quick. And it was definitely a thorough job. There was nothing wrong with it. So, but that one thing put that in my mind, that the only way people would pay the price was if it took them a while to get there. And that's not true. That's not true. Especially today, it's not true. And so I'm giving myself full permission to succeed and prosper because I deserve it. I know I deserve it, right? And so how do you feel? Do you feel that you deserve to prosper? Good morning. I see you over on Instagram, but believe it or not, the picture is so small that I am not sure who all is there. And I will say my glasses need to be cleaned. But thank you for being there and good morning. Join in the conversation more. But when we look at giving ourselves permission to succeed and prosper, I mean, because I deserve it. Do you feel that you deserve it? And sometimes we don't, right? We feel like we're lacking in some way. So if that's you, and I'm not saying it is, because there's other people watching, and then there'll be people watching the replay, which thank you for the watching the replay, and make sure you put hashtag replay. And if you have any questions, just direct message me. Good morning, good morning. And so the thing is that if you don't feel that you deserve to succeed and prosper, then we just change the phrasing of this just a little bit, because we want it to be something that your subconscious mind or your conscious mind doesn't say, whoa, wait a minute, that's not true. So you can say, I give myself full permission to succeed and prosper because I'm beginning to believe that I deserve it. So you just add a little bit to it to make it feel like it's lifting you up instead of pushing you down. Success feels amazing and I'm ready to embrace it fully. And like I said, play with this 24-hour millionaire. And as Neville Goddard recommends, and just for 24 hours alone, be a millionaire. How does that feel? What would you do? Do your research. Find all the things that you would do as a millionaire, and just for 24 hours, you research it as if the money is in the bank, and now you're just trying to figure out how you want to spend your money. And just play. There's nothing wrong with playing. And I still have not checked my lottery tickets, to be honest with you. You know, I've told you that I've been playing with this lottery ticket and really dive into imagining how it would feel as I look at the numbers on the screen when I check the ticket, and looking at my ticket and seeing each one of them and how that excitement boils up in you, right? And so just play. I'm playing with that lottery ticket because it feels delicious. It feels to feel all that excitement, right? And whatever we're doing, what we're focusing on, we create more of things that feel that way. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that lottery ticket is a winner. It could be. I'm willing to let it sit there and percolate for a while within me. What it means is that excitement, that joy, that anticipation, that other things come into my life that have that feel about it. And so the same with you playing with this 24-hour millionaire. As you start researching philanthropy groups, when you start researching, you know, who do I want to support in with being a millionaire? Where will I spend my time? Where's the first vacation I'll go to? Who do I want to gift something to? Whatever it is, the more you play with that, the more you're going to have things that are opportunities that are going to show up that start beginning to bring all the opportunities to you so that you can become that millionaire, if that's your desire. I mean, not everybody wants to be a millionaire. That's okay. Whatever you choose to be and want to do, then this actually helps it all start coming, even if a millionaire is not what you want. And we talked a little about this yesterday. Maybe it's a thousandaire, a 500,000aire. I don't really know if that's a real word or not, but whatever it may be, right? And so just give yourself permission to play and even decide what it is that you want. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get on this journal prompt here. Let's see. Let me take this off. I got a little long-winded on it. Let's see if it'll all show up. All right, it misses one word, but that's okay. All right, so here is our affirmation. How does giving yourself permission to succeed and prosper change the way you show up in your life? Now, we just talked about it. If you're playing the 24-hour millionaire, you're going to start seeing how things change when you're looking at money as if it's already there. So make a list of the ways this permission can open you up to more opportunities, confidence, and abundance, because everything is right there. We just have to be open and giving ourselves permission to do it. So how does that feel? Good morning on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here. So doesn't it feel just amazing to think of being a millionaire, even for only 24 hours in our mind and our imagination? Giving yourself permission to succeed and prosper. And so you can declare it today. I give myself permission, because what I said in my journal this morning when I was writing all my stuff was I give myself permission to succeed and prosper. And then that's where all of this came from. Because as I give myself permission, I want to make sure that you decide to give yourself permission to succeed and prosper. And like I said, that's different for everybody. What the number is irrelevant right now. It's giving yourself the permission to do it. And I did a little process with some people in the Mining Your Acres of Diamonds program last night that Sue and I have. And I had them go through this process of kind of stretching their financial window of what they thought was possible. And it's an amazing process to just kind of open you up to where your financial ceiling is. Because when you look at your life and the amount of money that you've made throughout your life, you'll probably go back and find that even if you had this big windfall that came one year, the next year you're probably going back to where the average of what you make is about the same. It'll have ebbs and flows, but it'll all be about the same, pretty close. And because that's your financial ceiling, that is what you internally believe you're capable of. And what happens when you exceed that amount? An amazing new bill will show up, a new catastrophe, something will mess up in your house, so your car will break down, somebody comes at you and steals your money. It's those things happen because we internally are trying to get rid of some of it. And I know that sounds crazy. It sounds like that's not anything anybody would do, but it happens all the time, right? And I don't know how many times I've heard somebody say, well, it's a good thing I got that Christmas bonus because suddenly we had to get a new car. But it's because internally that Christmas bonus took them beyond their ceiling. And so by playing with this millionaire mindset, we are raising the ceiling of what you believe is possible for you as you're playing this game and giving yourself permission to succeed and prosper. And so it's a valuable, valuable process. And so I invite you to really dive into it and journal about it and just be aware of where your ceiling is. And are you happy with that? And if you are, great. But if you're not, then it's time to be changing it, giving yourself permission to go beyond that financial ceiling that you're at right now. So I'm going to go back to the affirmation. So our affirmation is, I give myself full permission to succeed and prosper because I deserve it. Success feels amazing and I'm ready to embrace it fully. Put that on your screensaver on your phone, your index card, your sticky notes. Put it on your mirror with a chalk marker. Put it on a piece of paper and stick it to your fridge. Put it somewhere that today you're going to be reminded of this, right? As you play the 24-hour millionaire. And remember, that is not saying you suddenly start spending money that you don't want to spend. No, you're not spending any money. You're welcome, star. The thing is that it is changing your internal thermostat and your mindset, and researching as if you are a millionaire changes your vibration and the things that are coming. And remember where you are today financially and in your life, the things that you see are a reflection of what you thought yesterday and beyond and before that. And All you have to do is change the things that you're thinking about today, and tomorrow will be different. Now, will you be a millionaire tomorrow? It's possible, but likely no. But you begin as you give yourself permission and you play with the thought of money being everywhere, right? I had someone one time challenge me. She said, just make a list of where all the places that money could come from. And that was entertaining, right? Because as I sat down at first, the only thing I could think of was my day job and my coaching and a gift. That was the only thing I could think of. And I was able to expand that out. And I used to have this thought, and this same person, I told her, she said something about winning the lottery or something. I don't remember what it is. I said, well, there's one action you have to take. You got to buy the ticket. And she said, no, you're looking at this wrong. She said, you could find the ticket on the ground and somebody could gift you one. Well, I had this closed mind about I have to buy the ticket. Now, do you have more likely to get it if you buy the ticket? Sure. But the thing is, there are other possibilities out there. And it's just opening yourself up to looking at all the amazing ways that we can prosper when we give ourselves permission to. All right, so now let's go back to our journal prompt. How does giving yourself permission to succeed and prosper change the way you show up in your life? And I would love to hear from you if you decide today, and I've got quite a few people here watching on Facebook and on Instagram, and I've got someone on YouTube. Are you willing to play the 24-hour millionaire and just see how it feels to show up in your life as a millionaire? And then make a list of all the ways this permission can open you up to more opportunities, confidence, and abundance. Because there's a lot there. So I would invite you to just, like, if you're going to take on this 24-hour millionaire and you start researching all these things about how you would want to use your money. I'm going to do this today. I think it's going to be fun. Journal about it. Share with us in the group. And so if you're not part of the Stand Up and Stand Out community, which is where this affirmation and journal prompts, where it originates from, that's the group that I'm in, and I'm sharing it out. You just go to VickyPoole.com, VICKIEPOOLE.com. You'll be prompted to answer 3 questions, and you have to answer the questions to get in the group. And so that's the price of admission. And if you would like to be part of it, because we've got some amazing people coming into the group this month. Oof, yeah, I can't believe we're already almost halfway through the month, right? But next Monday is at 2 p.m. Next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Jennifer is going to be here, and she is actually a belly dancing expert, and she's going to talk to us about the belly dancing and movement and how that actually does help you in getting to your creative place, to feeling good in your body and connecting with your body in a totally different way. So that is an event that we're going to be having. And then the following Monday, the 27th, is going to be Jamie B is going to be here at 2 p.m. Eastern. And she helps people with, she helps people with so much. What I'm working with her for, as we haven't set a date to begin, but is to help me with writing my book. And so she can help you with creating your story. And she does book recommendations. And this morning, her book recommendations were all financial books. And so there are so many things that she can help with. And I can't wait to have a conversation with them and share her expertise with you guys. So, and I already have somebody scheduled for February to come in and talk as well. So I'll be telling you about that one a little bit later. But for now, those are the two guests that I have coming in on the next 2 Mondays to support you in our journey together in this community. So if it sounds like something that you would be interested in, definitely come and join the community, because we are such a diverse group, and I love being the founder of this group and participating and enjoying the process with you guys. All right, so the thing that I recommend every single time is for you to get out your notebook or your journal, put the date, the affirmation, and the journal prompt, and then spend 10 to 15 minutes in just total silence, just you and your breath. And then when your timer goes off, that's when you open up and write, because there's a connection at that point with your inner guidance, your God voice, your inner guidance. And it will come through your mind, your heart, and into your pen as you write. And so things that would not come up for you if you just sat down and just did it, it changes your connection with the message. And so I invite you to do that. And the reason I like to have the journal, the notebook with the date, is because we cannot, most of the time, we do not even recognize the changes that we've gone through. And it's because we change incrementally. A 1% change every day creates exponential growth, right? And as we're changing, it becomes our new normal. And then we change again, it becomes our new normal. And over time, we forget how we were thinking today as we were about to explore this 24-hour millionaire. But when you look back in 6 months and you see all the things that changed from today playing the 24-hour millionaire, you're going to be so shocked with how different things become. But if you didn't have that down to look at, you would not even celebrate as much, because you wouldn't realize how far you've come. And I want you to be able to see this journey and the path that you're on, and be able to celebrate all the little synchronicities, all the amazing things that show up in your life. I have one journal that's by my bed that I write in, and it's called The Magic I Witnessed Today. And so when I go to bed at night, I will write in my journal about what was magical about the day. And so I'm focusing on the magic. And so I want you to be able to see the magic that you have witnessed in your life over time, right? All right. So have an amazingly day filled with permission and success. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Once again, join me, bring a friend. I would love to have more people here enjoying the process, and I would love to hear from you. All right.